another beautiful Wednesday morning here at Osrc Television. It is AM Today, the morning program where we bring topical issues and we try as much as we can to dissect it with people that are well concerned regarding it. And on today's edition, we will be looking at papers today. Then after the papers, we'll bring our guests on the program this morning. My name is Flora Iwanya, and I have my friend here with me this morning, Sai.
Good morning. Beautiful Wednesday it is. Welcome. It's AM Today. Just like Flora did mention, so much to talk about, so much to spotlight, particularly in the program, and of course, in the dailies for you today. My name is Sahid Aribisala. Welcome.
All right, let's quickly take a look at the national dailies to know what's trending in the country. We have this day newspaper here. Labour commences indefinite strike in Imo State to shut down Owerri Airport. Threatens to begin nationwide industrial action on November 14. Adegboruwa urges TUC NLC to declare total strike. Says Tinubu's administration has no regard for labor. Yakubu, results of polling units with record of violence will not be counted. That's regarding the coming election in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi State. That's the governorship election on Saturday. Now, Imo Labour Party PDP Guba candidate stage walkout during INEC stakeholders meeting. Demand removal of resident electoral commissioner. Don't test our resolve. IG warns troublemakers in Bayelsa, Kogi, Imo State. Others restriction of movement on election day. Deploys 3 DIGs to man election in 3 states. That's all those are regarding the coming election. Then still on election, Bayelsa poll. Diri deserves another term, says Jonathan. Former President Goodluck Jonathan. NNPC ITO venture launches crude oil grade to compete in Europe. NPA launches audacious $1.1 billion plan to rehabilitate 100-year-old Tinkan Island port and others. Gets on this day newspaper of today.
All right, away from the Dish Day this morning, let's check the Punch newspaper for you today. And it's about the situation in Imo State, which has come to national limelight at this time. You took from the Dish Day the issue of the strike by the NLC in that state. But there is more to the development in Imo State, and the Punch is leading with this one. Off-season elections, crisis rocks peace meeting, NLC strike threatens Imo poll. You'll find riders to that. Traditional rulers flee as parties bicker. Labour plans airport power shutdown. An IGP deploys new CPs. 3 killed in Kogi as INEC Morek. Like the summary of updates on the off-cycle in state. And it's about 3 days now to that election, and so much is still happening at this time. Imagine a peace meeting eventually perhaps ending with a crisis.
Yeah, I'm just what's going to happen because with the total shutdown in Imo State, election is in a few days, and there is also bickering in some other parts talking about the removal of, calling for the removal of INEC rec. That's for Bayelsa and Kogi State. I don't know. It's as much as it's an offshoot election, the drama surrounding it is actually huge. And even while we have Ebolu Adegboru are still calling for total shutdown of the country, I'm wondering where that will actually lead us.
3 days, so much on the plate for the stakeholders. It's to perhaps clear at this time. Look at the headlines in the newspaper for this morning. Picture of members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP in Bayelsa. You find former President Goodluck Jonathan in their midst. And you have this headline, Battle for Bayelsa, Jonathan Diri Silva canvass votes. That's also election coming in 3 days from now. Away from Bielsa, 5 jailed for sharing Osun ex-speaker's nude video. 5 jailed for sharing Osun ex-speaker's nude video. You also find this one, certificate racketeering. Lagos Assembly probes Lasso. You also see over $700 million remains trapped in Nigeria. That's according to foreign airlines. Also, you check, still in the Punch newspaper, Nigerians lament as Canada suspends Abuja embassy operations. Perhaps, what's the reason for that suspension? They're also feeling the weight already. You can check the Punch newspaper for that story. The Senate, yes, the Nigerian Senate is also in the news. Israel Hamas, Senate demands ceasefire. U.S. rejects Gaza occupation. That's about an update also. The ongoing Israel-Hamas war.
All right, moving on to the Daily Trust newspaper. We have 3 days to pause. Killings, attacks spike in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa. 3 killed as SDP chieftain attacked. They are thugs. That's coming from the police. IGP restricts movement, bars Ebubagu, other quasi-security outfits in Imo State. We also have appeal court sacks Plateau PDP senator, declares Lalong winner. Gas scarcity persists in Lagos, Kano, others as price remains unstable. This is actually one of the issues we're having at this point. Gas. As much as it's not scarce here in Ondo State, the price is something else. As at if they go, I think what they are selling for now is 8,000 naira per kilogram, and it's now people are actually looking at turning back to charcoal,
Okay.
firewood, and all of that. But will it work?
I also think the root of that
Exactly.
increase in the use of
We're talking about
charcoal.
global warming still.
So all of this put together.
All right,
Quite a
still
number
on
of
the Daily
issues.
Trust, we have firearms abuse. Senate indicts customs controller in Katsina, Kaduna, and Ogun States. War on Gaza, Senate calls for ceasefire, asks federal government to press for two-state solution. Bandits kill 10 in Benue, 5 in Katsina. Kano Disco gets new owners. Ajero, Labour orders power shutdown, flight suspension to Imo. You want to get details of this? You get a copy of the Daily Trust newspaper.
Let's move from the Daily Trust, the leadership. The leadership newspaper leading with also quite 6 years remains a civils grab teaching jobs to remain in service. That's on page 4. The leadership late in schools. Education Ministry declines comment. Well, you want to know what exactly is going on? 65 years retirement age, and how civil servants are, trying to getting teaching jobs. You check the leadership for that story. Labour orders shutdown of Imo begins total strike Tuesday. You also find this one on the elections in the 3 states, Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi. Parties deploy 130,093 polling agents for Imo, Bayelsa, Kogi polls. Again, the question, the responsibilities of these polling agents, the political parties are also deploying at this time. Away from that, Niger demands 13% derivation from hydroelectricity. You also find this one, Lalong, Ibori's daughter win Nas seat at appeal court. Troops kill 10 terrorists, recover arms motorcycle. You find those stories in the leadership for today.
And finally, to the Nigerian Tribune, where we have reps lament resurgence of Boko Haram attacks in Borno and Yobe states. Tinubu will shock currency speculators. That's coming from the presidency as CBN targets 95% access to financial services. That's the CBN governor speaking there. 3 killed in Kogi, IGP warns troublemakers to relocate from states before election. And we also have analysis, all right. This one, Senate asks Customs CG to investigate extortions at the nation's borders. Now, detail of this and more, what you get on the Nigerian Tribune and other Nigerian dailies we've looked at this morning. Let's quickly take a break. When we return, the program surely continues. Please stay tuned. Glad to have you stay with us. At this point, let's quickly take a look at issues surrounding proceedings of Deputy those states that you are called that they are of comprehensive of them. At the that will give us an informed opinion at the nation. We go here in this feed us of what's happening. Have your program on.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Barrister, we've had lots of today. We see this statement tomorrow. We see, and it feels.
Please let me lead this answer any question on this. This is a matter in court. We have several cases in court in respect of the matter. We have the subjudice rule, which say would prevent you from discussing what is already before the court. I'm conscious of that. There is something I need to clear as a matter of professional ethics before I could talk on this program. We have the judgment of a court in the case of Kalu against the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That was reported in 2014 in Volume 1 of Nigeria Weekly Law Report. for lawyers who are desirous of confirming what I'm saying, is actually in part 1389, starting from page 479, but precisely the relevant page here is page 525 of that document. And what does it say about matters in court, discussing matters in court? His law court of appeal in that state, it is called a writ issue, that is when a matter is in court. If we advise the matter in the public, it is not permitted. It is sub judice. Say it misconceived and it is better. If it is a matter of public interest, it can be urged anyone by being in court. It can be fair comment does not prejudice fair trial. End of quote. So contrary to the complete misconception out there, merely speaking, it depends on what you say anyway, merely speaking on what is in court, if it is a matter of public interest, is not contempt of court. That is not breaking the rule of sub judice. So, I think so we owe it a duty to the public to provide clarification to. And I think the press also has the same responsibility under Section 22 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, of course, to inform the public and to accountable to the people. Yes, you are talking about conflicting report. Please let me know the details. I don't know what the report you are saying is conflicting.
Now, the first one that said states we also another one is some level like injunction and the proceed. Now we also where you respond upon that we have the Deputy Governor's lawyer, that's Ebu Adegboroba, also saying that people do not court says and they just go ahead and print out. I think that's part of the media. So I want to decide what is the latest day before yesterday.
Let me start from before we come to the latest. In the face, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, heard about the commencement of impeachment proceedings team, which started on the floor of the House of Assembly on the 20th of September, rose to the Federal High Court in Abuja on 21st, the following day, to file a case at the Federal High Court, to try to impeachment. In that case, in the Federal High Court in Abuja, of course, the case has suit number FAC ABJCS 1294/2023. His Excellency secured an injunction. We call it injunction. It's not a judge. It's to say, but before me. Pending when I look at whether this case is correct or not, please stop what you are. That's what we interdiction, to arraign, quote unquote, the State House of Assembly from proceeding and the Chief Judge from constituent panel during the process. The interim injunction was secured on 27th. He filed the case in Abuja on 21st. The interim injunction was on 20th September. Ordinarily speaking, injunction sometime, or 14th generally, but that his lordship, the judge who granted the injunction, in his own wisdom, whether you agree with him or not, said he granted the injunction pending the hearing and determination of another application. That is, we call it notice for injunction. Ex parte means you have only had one person. So what he granted initially was ex parte, excluding is a legal terminology. So pending when I can now hear both sides on the other application, he granted it. That other application has not been taken till today. So someone is arguing that, look, since he has not taken the other application and he granted the injunction pending the hearing and determination of that other application, since he has not taken that other application, it is binding. That is the I want to come to this. But we are in look. Order 26, Rule 10, sub 3 of the same Federal High Court rule say the has to set ex parte order. Call for that application to set it aside within 14 days. That rule, we didn't make the rule. Can expire because ex parte is only granted in emergency. But we think we draw the matter in court.
So has that happened?
He has not. That's why we were still in court the day before yesterday. We were still in court yesterday. Like I've said, he filed 3 cases. My client filed none. They are only defending the cases. The one he filed in Abuja, I've given you the suit number.